good, thanks.
Super. Well, good morning. Thank you so much, Marianne, for joining us. And for those listening, this is one of our recorded HR reflection sessions that we're hosting across Gravitate HR. I'm delighted today to be joined by Marianne McJannett, partner of Aberdein Considine. And Marianne has been supporting us for a very long time at Gravitate HR, supporting our clients through some complex cases, HR matters, and specifically employment law matters. So it's my pleasure to have Marianne with us today. Out with HR, Marianne and I like a few things in similar interests, such as being outdoors, some yoga sessions, and the odd wild swim across Scotland when we get the benefit of doing so in Scottish weather. Today, we're going to be looking at key developments with Employment Rights Bill, what's happening just now in 2025, but more so what to expect in the coming years as we approach autumn 2027. And so we'll focus on that aspect in itself and maybe some more things to think about this year. And it's exactly what you said there. It's being more proactive right now rather than being reactive when we have to react to a scenario. Because I think in your perspective, what may the risks be in 2027 when we get to, say, September or October and someone is 3 months into their probation, someone then would like to dismiss them, but without any process, without any evidence? Is there going to be more risks to an employer for doing that without a lack of process?
Well, there will be, but it's not going to eliminate an employer's ability to dismiss staff. You know, employers dismiss staff. They dismiss staff fairly, they dismiss staff unfairly, you know, and that's just the nature of employment law. And I would wish everybody did it fairly, but they don't. There will still be an ability for employers to have protective conversations and, you know, offer settlement agreements, but it's then being aware of the greater scope of employees that those things will have to apply to. So if you are wanting to get rid of someone who's got 6 months service and you don't want to follow a process, whereas you may have just, you know, served them their notice previously, you may need to have a protected conversation, you know, to say, we're going to offer you a settlement to exit, or you need to say, we need to give the time and resources to this to be able to manage this process fairly. Otherwise, we may have a headache down the line when they potentially bring a claim for unfair dismissal. Now, the likelihood of the tribunal claims going up is high, you know, if that legislation is extended, and obviously there's proposals of extending the time limit from 3 months following dismissal to 6 months following dismissal for individuals to bring claims to tribunals, and that's not even touching on the tribunal resources in terms of being able to deal with these things. But it could be a potential headache for employers to know that this is something that could apply to all staff, and you don't. And I think the thing that I see with a lot of the proposals with the ERB is think about what your reputation is as an employer, you know, and not see it necessarily as, oh, it's just an attack on employers and an attack, and it's just so pro-employee. A lot of it is, and it was always going to be the case when a Labour government came into power. There was always going to be a shift more towards employee rights. But see it as an opportunity to be an employer of choice. And, you know, in an age of most things being done online and, you know, reputations being potentially damaged quite instantly or because of social media, think of how you want to be perceived as an employer. And I think that's an important way to kind of to look at this from a positive side, perspective in the long term.
It's a hugely positive perspective, and I think a lot of our clients are good employers, and a lot of employers across the UK and here in Scotland want to be an employer of choice. So it's a really good representation of looking at our current policies. Are they fit for purpose? Are our managers using them in the way that we would like to? And if not, why not? Do we put some work into that? Do we look at training, development, and get ready for what may be in the next 2 years, which is really helpful. And I think gaining your insights on it from what you see as well and what you might support managers or leaders in reacting to can then help a lot of leaders and HR managers act more proactively now rather than reactively later.